Yeah, yeah.
Hello everybody, I just would like to say I'm making this video about happiness, and the weather is obviously a little bit bad, but I think it's perfect to make it. Don't mind my driving, I got a kind of an emergency, I gotta go and check somebody real quick. But let's talk about happiness. The reason why happiness is so important is because it is the driving factor in our everyday lives. You see, I feel like we wake up looking for the reason why we're here first. Purpose. Like, you know, some people will look for it in God, or some people will look for it in a spiritual calling. But essentially, the second most important thing is happiness, or love, right? Everyone loves to use the word love. They really don't know what it means. At least a large amount of the people using love don't know what it means. And I, for one, will say I don't fully understand what love means. I can comprehend it, and I can go through the emotions and relate to a lot of things that people reference to love. So, with that being said, happiness is so important. If you don't have any sort of happiness in your life or joy, you know, that's why children bring about great joy sometimes, because they give you a reason to exist. They give you something that is greater than you. So happiness is very important because it gives you a reason to wake up. It gives you a reason to function sometimes. And happiness can become tricky because you can loan out your happiness. If you didn't know that, you can loan it out. You can loaning out to things, places, people, subjects, and it not be really for you. It's almost like a vicarious situation where you can love someone more than you love yourself. You can love your pets more than, you know, people. You can love a place like Hawaii more than your current reality. You know, like you can live in Detroit or some shit, you know, but that's what I mean. Happiness can be borrowed, you know, it can be given out, and the true happiness obviously starts in self. But we're not gonna go into that, because then it's gonna sound like a self-help video or something, like I'm trying to be a guru or something. I'm just saying happiness is important because it makes you function. It's that substance that makes you live, similar to breath. So you got to be very careful about not filling up your happiness. Like if it was a car or a battery cell, like you see how on your cell got batteries, you got to make sure that gauge is full, because it can really mess you up. It can really mess you up. I mean, for example, there's marriages, there's relationships where people are in it, but they're not happy. You know what I'm saying? They're going for the kids or the bills or whatever, but somebody else makes them happy. You know, so now their happiness becomes challenged because you have to go through obstacles. That's another thing. There's an obstacle to get to your happiness. That's another form of lending it out or borrowing your happiness, right? And then you got other situations where maybe you're happiest at work. Some people are just workaholics. They have to keep working, have to do something, have to keep moving, because their happiness is attached to being busy. Because the minute they're not busy now, they have to think and really realize, all right, this is my life, or this is what I'm facing, and to them, it's not happiness. So if I had to say, I would just like to say that you have to check yourself a lot of the times in life. Even for myself, I use in a personal experience. For a long time now, let's just say like the last 2 years, I haven't been fully happy. And I haven't been fully happy because I haven't been able to two things. Manifest exactly the person that I think I'm becoming. And also I haven't been happy in the day-to-day routine. Like at first I was blaming it on my job because my job had changed. And change for a fixed sign like myself is very hard. But what I had realized is that because of my happiness being so low, I created like demon guardians or horcruxes, like anybody who's familiar with Harry Potter. I created these entities that became gateways or security guards towards my kingdom of happiness, and they would not let me in because the inside of myself was so poisoned that I was manifesting these, like I said, guardians or horcruxes to defend the place where I wanted to be. So imagine, yourself can turn on yourself if you're just at such a low state, and the only way you can get out of it is to start to check it. So recently things are getting better because I had to acknowledge that it wasn't wrong for me to fight for happiness. It wasn't wrong for me to be happy, regardless of the things that I might have to go through, regardless of the things that it may not please people, because you never want to make your happiness entangled with another person. So in other words, your happiness shouldn't make somebody else sad, right? So once I started to figure that out, the guardians or the horcruxes or the people stopping me from getting into my happiness, those demons that I created, started to get weak. They're still there, but now they're losing that much power to me. Now I'm remembering the navigation to get back in my house of happiness, and that comes sometimes from analyzing the situation and realizing it. You see, sometimes sadness can be happy. Sometimes you must sit in your sadness or try to figure it out like a detective on a murder scene. There's an old saying, or this is something that people kind of know, that the people who see the worst shit in life are the cops, the forensic people, and the doctors. Sometimes firefighters as well. Paramedics, of course. Because they see the shit that we hear about or you can only think about in movies, and that's the same thing. You got to treat yourself when it comes to happiness like those particular professions. You're gonna see some of the most horrific shit, and it's in you. It's you, because it's a part of something great that you're trying to get to. You're trying to solve the case of the things that don't make you happy, and sometimes it could be gruesome. So you have to try to do the things that's gonna make you happy. You have to. Rain is good. You feel me? Looking at this weather right here is good. It's really good. Because we need water, so it's a good thing. So perception sometimes can also affect you. So if you really want to get on that journey to starting to find true happiness and not lend it out or not attach it to anything else or start to break down your road to getting it, just say to yourself out loud, and this worked for me, I deserve to be happy. I deserve to make the steps or make a way for myself to be happy. And I was gonna do a two-part thing, but I guess we'll just go with the energies because it's a powerful energy today anyway, so I'm up early. Let me just get into that. Sometimes we have to find things that we like that produce happiness. So for me, I've always been a scattered hobby type of person. I like writing poetry. I'm learning how to rap. Excuse me, let me change that. That's another part of being happy, right? I make music. It took me a long time for me to say that I have the courage, because at first it's like, what am I, a rapper? What am I, this? Oh, you're too old, you're this, you're that. And I said to myself, no. Making music creatively makes me happy, so therefore I make music. See how easy that is? I make music. Another thing I like to do is get out in nature. I'm not like a nature boy like Huckleberry Finn or some shit, but I love being near the water. I love looking at stars in the sky in the nighttime. I love hearing nature and not being bothered by the social sounds all the time. Like going somewhere where you want not hear a car or something, or going somewhere where you're hearing nature's noises louder than society's noises, if that makes any sense. So you're hearing like geese and shit, you know what I'm saying, if you out there in the country, or you're hearing like birds chirping if you back home in the city like me, you know. And those things make me happy. Video games make me happy. Friends make me happy. Being around people make me happy. Not all the time, but sometimes. So I'm bringing that up that way to show you, like, that's also a part of finding out or keeping your happiness. You have to do the things that make you happy, along with doing the right thing, along with trying to find out what's wrong or seeking your happiness. You must do all of those encompass. And for me, video games brings me great joy. So for a long time, I tried to put it in the category, oh, I don't have time to play video games because I'm an adult. Nah, fuck that shit. Make your time. Excuse my language, but make your time. Make your time to do the things that you like to do. If you like to dance, make sure every day you dance. Whether it's 2 minutes, a minute, 30 seconds, just dance. Do it. You like it, right? Do it. I see the number one like in this time, I don't want to say number one, but a very popular like right now is the gym. Everybody's in love with going to the gym, but it's cool because it's a big love part, because you're supposed to love your body. You're supposed to treat it right. So if people are in love with going to the gym, that means they love the feeling of feeling great. So continue to do that as well. If you like helping people, or you're like a humanitarian or even a comedian, do that as well. Make sure you do it daily. It doesn't have to everything be on a grand scale. You know what I'm saying? If you like to make music, make it. Who cares if you got a Grammy? You know, does it make you happy? Does it feel something in you that creates something that makes you a better person? Then freaking do it. Me, I like to talk. I do. But I realize I'm also shy. You dig? I also am my biggest critic on myself. Even though people love it. People love what I do. They do. But I sometimes am too hard on myself. You know? So that's all I'm saying. Do things that you like. Do the things you like to do, baby. And my man Cat, you said, do the things you like to do, baby. Yeah, I think I'm gonna name that the title of the video in light of my nigga Cat. Because his spirit is heavy too. You know, he's an example that I could say is a person who has the happiness component. Like if this was Marvel, he got the Power Stone. Because this dude is always smiling. He always wants to laugh, you know what I'm saying? He's going through things, you know what I'm saying, just like every other human being, but he genuinely wants to laugh. He genuinely wants to joke around. He's always been like that since we were kids, you know? So do the things you like to do, baby. I hope this video was definitely helpful. I hope that I was able to express my ideas and give a clear thought into what I feel is important. Every day you grow. Every day you try to change, whether you know it or not. So we are all on a journey, and I'm hoping I'm helping with my journey as well as someone else. So thank you once again. This is your boy H1. Thank you for giving me your attention, and I hope you have a blessed and safe day. Peace out.
Yeah. Producer.